So this is the BMW 389 that we've just picked up for a whopping £400. However, whilst it's so cheap, there's also a lot of issues. If you can hear in the background, it's why I'm shouting, there is a humming, vibration, possible differential sound. Can you hear that? It's very loud and very uncomfortable to drive. Having a quick look in the engine bay. We've got a massive oil leak here, which looks like it's coming from the valve cover or the rocker cover. We've also got a big pool of oil down there, which could be coming from the vacuum pump. And then again at the bottom there's a lot of oil. You can't really see it from this angle, which I do believe it's the oil sump. So first things first, we're just gonna take off everything like the airbox and the covers, and we're just gonna have a proper good look at what we can find and what's leaking and what's good. So now that I've taken off the engine cover, the window wipers, the fuse box covers, everything's all over there, you'll see actually how bad this leak is. And that's a lot of oil on that cover. So all this wire and harness is covered in oil. Oh good, so there's no oil down there. We will replace the O-rings for these anyway. Valvetronic shaft sensor. It's got a lot of Look at the oil from here and how damaged that seal is. I mean, it is brittle. So for those who didn't watch my video of when I did my valve cover gasket, I actually broke my sensor, my Valvetronic shaft sensor. So that's actually the head that fits there. So that's what it looks like. So now, just taking off this valve cover. That's grimy in there. Yeah, that's how you take the valve cover gasket off. This is the gasket. I've got the full video, which I'll link in the description. But that's worn, really worn. So yeah, that's how we do it. So as you can see, I've taken off the vacuum pump and the seal. I don't know if you can see, it's completely flat, so hence why it was leaking. And it's brittle. So to wrap it up for today, we've taken off the rocker cover gasket, we've cleaned it up, we've taken off the vacuum pump, we've completely stripped down the inside of here that we've been finding. If we get in, oh, there's a new £1 coin that we've actually been finding, like here, an old £1 coin there, if you can see. So yeah, this will all be doctor, should I say, and we'll completely do that tomorrow when we come back. We're going to put the new seals, the new vacuum pump seals and the new rocker cover gasket. Then we're going to go and get the engine support bar, we're going to drop the subframe, and we're going to do the oil sump. So it's day 2 of working on this BMW. We may have a problem. I brought this BMW for £400 on the condition that I was doing rear differential, shocks and mounts, rocker gasket cover, oil pan, crankcase, all them common oil leak issues. However, when I saw this, I decided to pretend that I didn't see it until I got home, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. Yes, there's a lot of build-up. That's because of lack of oil. It can be sorted out. A few flushes and some nice fresh oil, a bit more regular oil changes will clear that up with no issue. So that is probably due to the valve cover gasket seal and the oil pan seal. Yeah, so it probably starved of oil at some point before it got topped up. However, I didn't want to see this, but I have seen it and I can't unsee it. When you buy timing chains guides, they're white, and this is how I always tell like how new a timing chain is, or how worn it is. And this one is basically, oh, really brown. So that is an old timing chain. It's probably the original. The car's done 124,000 miles, and also, as you can see, the chain has been stretched. Over time it stretches. Oh, over here we have got our timing chain kit. The guard, you see how the colour of the guard is? So obviously the oil makes it darker, but the lighter, the newer, the darker, the older. I've got a guard, a chain, a tensioner bolt, valve cover gasket, oil pan sump, vacuum seals. We've got the whole lot, as well as our beloved timing chain kit. Now I do realise that doing a timing chain isn't a straightforward job. It's very precise, it has to be very accurate, and I also know that one little bit of alignment out, it could cause some very irreversible damage. So I am aware of that. I'm still going to risk it, I think. I just can't leave it like that. Now I've seen what it's like.